Hi guys. Okay, so this is just a real quick one. It's actually about contouring, and I had somebody ask me, do a contour video, so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to talk about contouring for a second because it's a big thing and it involves a lot of money. There's no lie about that. Like if you're going to get a good contour kit, it costs money. So I will talk about the difference between cream contour and powder contour. Kim Kardashian does like the whole cream contour, but you have to understand that that's her whole base. Like that's her whole foundation is contouring. So they start with like, a darker either foundation or they use some kind of contour cream, a darker one, and then they have like a more ash tone one, like a cool tone one for actually contouring, and then they have a lighter one for like the whole big triangle on the face thing. So that's like a whole big deal. Like everyday people usually don't do stuff like that. They just don't. Sorry if I'm trying to open this because this is something that I just got. It's a Sephora concealer and I've heard like absolutely amazing things about it, so I'm going to try it out today. But for like everyday people like me and you probably, because I'm sure you're like Kim Kardashian's not watching my video, then what you're going to do is you're going to find a really good powder contour kit and you're going to find a really light concealer. So this concealer that I bought, you guys know the concealers that I usually use. I usually use the NARS and the Better Skin. And they're usually like way lighter than my actual skin tone. This one is way lighter than my actual skin tone as well. It looks like this. Oh, it might be upside down. It's called Bright Future, and this one is in Parfait number 5. And they have like a huge selection of colors, so if you're having trouble finding your color, I would go to Sephora and try to find these concealers because they're supposedly really good. So let's try it out. But anyway, so what you're going to do is you're going to get a good powder contour kit. My go-to is my Kat Von D Shade and Light. It looks like this. I think it was like $46, but I got to tell you why I bought it. This is what it looks like inside. I'll tell you why I bought it. I bought it because it has, okay, so there's the Anastasia contour kit as well, and it was between that one and this one. There are some upsides to the Anastasia contour kit, like it has all these shades, but it also has one highlight that is actually shimmery. This one doesn't have any shimmery, it's all matte. But being a makeup addict that I am, I have like a lot of highlighters. So I didn't need that one. And then also I was looking and I saw that this one actually has 3 times more of the product and than the Anastasia one. And it also, it's only $6 more. So for 3 times more of the product and being only $6 more, I mean, me being really frugal, I was like, oh yeah, that one's the one I get. And I would never look back. Like I love this palette. People love it all around. It doesn't come with a brush, so you have to get yourself a really good brush, which I'll talk about in a minute. You'll have to excuse me. I just have foundation on, and my hair's not even done, so there's that. But I was gonna do this real quick because I'm just getting ready for the day, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna contour, so I may as well make a video too. So yeah, I would highly recommend this one. If you don't want to spend $46 on a contour kit, I get it. I totally get it. So you can go to Ulta and you can get yourself the NYX one I've heard good things about. Also, like Wet n Wild makes a duo, but it's only available at Walmart. I've only seen it at Walmart. I don't have it because I have this and I have enough contour stuff. I'm good on the contour stuff. But Wet n Wild has one and I'm thinking it's probably not much more than $5. So it's a duo. It has like a light side and a dark side, and that would be your contour and your highlight. I think they're both matte, but I would go check that out if you don't want to spend $46 on a palette. I totally get it. Sorry, I have like horrible allergies today. It's just so bad. But let's get started because I've been talking long enough. So I'm going to start with this cream concealer. And I put it in very specific areas because this is the only cream contour that I do. I use my concealer as my contour. Because, I mean, you know, like, thank you, Lord Jesus, that I don't have, like, horrible skin. I don't have a lot of acne. I do have, like, a spot right there. But I don't have to use my concealer for coverage. I use my foundation for coverage. I use very high coverage foundations, so that takes care of most of the work, and that's why I do my foundation first, too. So I'm going to go in very specific spots with this concealer. So I'm going to go right here. And I have heard that like the doe foot's not that awesome on the concealer, but I don't really care. I can work with that. For a really good concealer for the price, I'm okay with that. So I'm making a big old triangle underneath my eyes. I go down my nose, on my forehead. Sometimes I'm going to go right there just because I have redness. And then I always do my chin. And then I also go right here. And that part is a cream contour because I'm lightening right underneath where my powder contour will go, so it makes it stick out a little bit more. So I'm going to go in with my beauty blender. It's wet. And I'm just going to go in and dab that out. You can use your fingers, you can use a brush. I just prefer the beauty blender. Just makes it really easy. Okay, and then I'm going to go along the sides of my face here and blend that in. And it doesn't do like an amazing amount. Like you can always get like something lighter, but it does make a difference to me. So, and then I'm going to brighten up that under eye. I'm looking at the concealer. So far it's like a dream, so that's cool. Alright, so that's all taken care of. Oh, whoa. It feels nice. It kind of like dries into a silky matte finish. I'm down with that. That's a nice concealer. I'm happy with my purchase. Alright, so then I go in with the contour color. And I use this like really skinny angled brush from Urban Decay. You can buy it at I think any store that sells Urban Decay, but it also has this other side. I don't really use this side. I guess you could use it for like highlighter, but I just use this one right here. Some people use brushes like this, so that you can just go right there. As long as it's little and skinny, it's good. I prefer this one. This is the one that I prefer. And then I'm going to go into this, in this palette it's called Subconscious. And it's pinker than this one. This one's more warm to me. So I usually go to that one, and that one's my contour shade. And if you have like more tan skin, this would be your contour shade. I don't ever touch that one. I think I've used it for like eyeshadow one time. So then you find where your cheekbone, it's right underneath your cheekbone, and you can feel it. My cheekbones are actually really high. Thank you, Lord Jesus, again. But mine are really high. So I usually go from the top of my ear to about right here. And I just make a line. Just like that. And then I blend it out into like a really long, skinny triangle. I don't try to go too far down because I don't want to have like a weird, I don't contour it. It's just not for me. I don't like it. If you like it, if you want to contour your cheek right here, do it. That's what I do with my blush, so I don't really do it with my contour color. So I just do it on the other side. And I make sure I match in the mirror, because you could have one contour way up here and then your other contour way down low. And then when you're contouring with this color, this is whenever you try to manipulate the face shape. So what I do is I take a little bit down the sides of my nose, because I want that real skinny nose. my nose is pretty skinny, but I just like to do it. And then I like to do it on the bottom here, because it makes my nose look a little bit more upturned. But my nose is running, so that's kind of gross. I'll stop there. And then I go on the sides of my chin, because I like to make it look more pronounced. So I just do it right here on either side. And then underneath. And then some people, like if you have like a really wide forehead, you can go like right here and contour there and there. But that's what I use my bronzer for. So then I'm done with that. And if you set your face with a spray, then this should last like literally all day. For all the time that you need your makeup to stay on your face, this powder contour will stay on your face. And I was talking about like creams earlier. The only reason you would need to use like all cream contour is if either one, you're extremely dry and you can't put a lick of powder on your face, or two, you are a movie star and you have like a full mask of makeup on and you need to look a certain way. Nobody in real life needs to do that much cream contour. Like, it looks real good, but it also takes out like 20 minutes of your life. Girl, get your life, and you just do this and you should be good. This takes like, I'm talking like a lot, but it takes like literally 5 minutes at tops doing all this. So just, you need one really light highlighter or concealer for your highlighter, cream highlighter, and then the rest is powder. Also, I totally skipped a step. Usually I use that translucent setting powder from Physicians Formula, but I'm going to use this banana powder today to show you what it looks like. So what I do is I go in with this banana powder and I go in with this other one, this pinkier one. I'm not super pink, so I use mostly yellow. And then you just put it underneath your eyes to set your concealer and also brighten it up a little bit more. And you just make that wide triangle. I like to put a little bit on top of my eye. And that just brightens it up. And then I go down my nose and on the top of my forehead here. Uh-oh, my battery's gonna die. Give me a second. Give me a second. Alright, so that's the powder highlight. And it doesn't do like a whole bunch, but it does a little bit. You know, it's just a little bit. A little bit goes a long way and makes you look a little bit different. So then I'm going to take this middle color, and that's my bronzer color. And you're going to go around your face with it. You're going to warm up your face. Because we've just, like when you put foundation on, you make your face one color. Then you add the highlighter, and then you look super pale. And then you do that contour, but then it looks like you kind of have like a chocolate bar down the side of your face. So we're going to warm up the face a little bit. And it's important to use a little bit of a warm bronzer. I have several bronzers that I can use. I have like the Chocolate Soleil one. I have the Milk Chocolate Too Faced Soleil. I have a bronzer from Wet n Wild that I like. I also have the Sun Bunny one from Too Faced. And I have another one from Urban Decay. It comes in that trio with the highlighter, the blush, and the bronzer. And I like all of those, but this one's matte, and I like the matte look. A lot of people are all about that strobing, but I don't know, I just like to start with a really matte base and then add my highlight on after. So you dip it into there, and I kind of start usually right here first. And I make my way up, and I follow the outside of my face. I warm up the outside of my face. And then I find my cheekbone and I follow it. And I warm that up. Try to think of all the places that the sun would hit you. And the sun would definitely hit your cheeks. So then I just do it on the other side. Come on, hair. And then I go down just a little bit on the top of my nose. Then I do it right here, because I heard it makes your lips look bigger. And then I go on my neck a little bit. Just a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. You don't have to have a million pounds of makeup on. Okay, so contouring doesn't stop there though with your contour palette. This is whenever you can go in with your shimmery highlighter and also your blush. And I still contour with those things. My blush right now that I've just been using like crazy is the Sin from NARS. I love this blush. It's so pretty. It's like a rose with gold flecks. Let me see if I can swatch it. Can you see it? I don't know. I like it a lot. So, and I've also been really liking this Real Techniques brush. There we are. It looks like this. It's called the contour brush. So I do like it for my blush. So I'm going to take a little bit of that. And I like to smile because I like to see where my cheekbone is. And what I like to do with my blush is I like to carve out that area right there. So I go along with that bottom contour, and then I sweep it up around my cheek. So then I've got that. You can't go wrong with the NARS blush though, for real. It's $30 a blush, but you'll have that blush till the day you die. No, it does last a long time though. And it blends like a dream. Okay, so then there's that. Sometimes if I use too much blush, I'll either go over it again with my beauty blender, which I think I'm going to do right down here. I'm like an old grandma with blush. I get a little crazy. But it's always the first thing to go off your face. Alright, so then that's that. And then I guess I'm going to use like a little bit of a gold highlighter. Let me find one real quick. Alright, it's not going to be gold, but it's going to be this Wet n Wild one. This one's called Reserve Your Cabana. And I think this is like $3. It's a $3 highlight. And it's not even like a... Sorry, I've got itchy nose. Whenever I put my foundation on, my nose is always itchy. And also I have allergies. But this is like a... it looks like this. And it doesn't really have too much shimmer. And that's why I like it sometimes. Because it's just a little bitty bit. Because my blush is already kind of shimmery. I seriously don't want that much shimmer. So then you just put it... I usually just put my highlight right here. On the top of my cheekbone. I don't go down here because my blush already has shimmer and that's enough. So I just go up here. And whenever you put it on the top of your cheekbone, the light just catches it. It makes you look all glowy and pretty. I like to put it on the end of my nose, right here on my Cupid's bow. Sometimes on my chin, but not really. And that's that. That's contouring. I just contour my face to the degree that I want to contour my face. You can see it, but it's also not like, wow, Sheena, you have an inch thick of makeup on. No, I don't. It's a very natural contour. And everybody's face shape is definitely different. The best way to just play around is to play around with your makeup and see what you like. You can take my tips and tricks, but you can also have like a wider nose, and maybe you want to contour it just a little bit more. Maybe you have, like I said, like a broader forehead. Maybe you want to contour that. Everybody's different, you know. Just play around with makeup. That's what it's for. It's to be played with. It's not like a serious business, unless, you know, I mean, it's serious sometimes. But yeah, just every day. That's it. Well, thank you for watching my contour video. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.